Okay guys, hello, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little ask and answered question. So basically, right, if you've been watching if you've been watching my Instagrams, you know that I'm recording this right after I found out that a man that was Snapchatting me has a wife. So I mean, I don't know too much information on that, so I can't give it to you right now. But how are, like, this is like something off EastEnders, lads. My life is literally like something off EastEnders. Okay, anyway, so that's why I'm all over the place, don't know what's going on. I also got new extensions that don't match my hair because my hair needs to be done. Don't come for me. Also, the ends are purple. Basically, anyway, so to get right into the video, today's video is a answer question situation. So I asked people to ask me questions, not so much questions, but like what you wanted to know about. So I've gotten a few, and I hope you are ready for this roller coaster of unfortunate events in my life and just like little things of everything. So it's kind of like a mix of everything, but you are getting some juicy stories. So before I go any further, like, subscribe, share with all your friends, and yeah, I hope you all enjoy. Okay lads, so I'm going to start with not such a juicy question because I mean somebody asked me about starting a YouTube in such a small town, county, everybody's response and stuff. So if you're not from Carlow, you might not know me as well as people from Carlow know me, but YouTube isn't something that I've always wanted to do, but if you know me personally, you know the way I am, and I think we're a good match, me and YouTube. That's why I can't get a boyfriend. I know. But yeah, it's not something that I've always wanted to do, but I literally would talk to the wall if it'd talk back to me. It doesn't even have to talk back to me, to be honest. So I mean, yeah, when lockdown happened, I was like, do you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. And the response has been absolutely incredible. People from everywhere, like Dublin, Dublin, text me all the time, and like literally, I don't know where everybody else is from who follow me and stuff. If you're not from Carlow, if you're not from Dublin, let me know. But yeah, like everybody's response has been insane, and I've gotten so much support. Like, it's absolutely been incredible. Haven't come into any hate yet. I know it's coming. Not everyone's going to like you. But if you're one of them, fuck off. I don't want you on my channel anyway. I know. But yeah, incredible. Like, I actually can't fault it. Obviously it's not going to be the same for everybody, but I actually really enjoy doing it, and I look forward to coming on and talking to you all every week. So yeah, that's the first question. I hope that cleared it up. But a lot of people don't understand about YouTube and like what I do. I don't really know what I do myself. Like, I try multiple different types of content, but my friend's boyfriend was like, but like what does she play on YouTube? She was like, she doesn't play anything. Like, she doesn't play Fortnite or anything, because no, obviously lads watch people playing things the way girls watch like hauls and stuff. But anyway, yeah, so thank you all so much for your support. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Yeah, so relating to that, why did I start YouTube? I started because I started vlogging on my hair page last year, and I was so nervous doing it. Oh my god, I remember doing it, and like even now I still kind of sometimes look away from the camera or whatever and play with my hair. Play with my hair is literally what I do all the time. But when I first started, I literally couldn't look at the camera. And I remember even my first YouTube video that one of the girls was like, you said 40,000 times, and I still do, don't come for me. There it is. But anyway, yeah, I started because I just wanted to. So I started vlogging on my page, my YouTube, my hair page, and then I was like, doing that for like a year, not on and off, like not really too much. And then at the start of lockdown, I was like, interesting. I could put this out there and I don't know, like make something of myself. So yeah, I posted to my normal page. So I was always kind of like afraid to post to like my normal page of me talking or whatever, and then I posted and I was like, yeah, so if it would interest you, I'm going to start YouTube, and if it doesn't, just skip on. And like literally the amount of people that text me about my page and my videos and everything, like literally saying that they have their mommy watching it, like I love that. But yeah, I'm glad I started in the end anyway. Who influences me? So when I decided that I was going to start vlogging and like on YouTube and everything, I wanted to just make sure that I knew what I was getting myself in for. So I watched thousands upon hours of other YouTubers, and one person that I watched and I still watch is Olivia Neal. I found her on TikTok and I've watched her ever since. But one of my massive like influences would be Tally Sharp. I don't know if anyone would know her, but basically before I started ordering online and everything, I was kind of a little bit skeptical about obviously ordering stuff off websites when obviously I'm plus size and stuff. And she is like a plus size influencer, and oh my god, she is insane. Literally I watch her every week. Like I have her notifications turned on the minute she posts, I watch. I love her. I think she's kind of like me in a sense of like energy and stuff like that. I don't know, I think me and her vibe. Yeah, so that's kind of where like I wouldn't have done the haul or anything or any of my hauls without her inspiration. So also I got a new bronzer and I kind of look very dirty, so I ignore that. Yeah, so I don't think I'd be able to do my haul or like posting pictures and stuff without her inspiration. Questions is my favourite thing to do with the weekend. Get smashed. I know. The last couple of weeks I've literally been drinking non-stop over the weekends, which I do like to do, but obviously when I go back to work I won't be doing it as much because I work Sundays and it's not ideal going in to do hair hungover, so yes. Yeah, other than that, I like when the world's not on lockdown, I like going to cinema, and although I haven't done that in about 40,000 years. Actually, last week we went to a drive-through cinema in Naas, Starlight, and it was a lot of fun. We went to see Anchorman, and I love Anchorman. I know all the words off by heart at Leah Coonan. But yeah, it was lots of fun. Where am I going with this? Yeah, I love going for food, as you can tell. And I think when I go back to work, because it's going to be so busy, I think my weekends are going to consist when I come home of being in bed, watching Netflix, chilling, because it's going to be so crazy. Another one is, do I regret starting YouTube? I don't. I absolutely love it. It's great crack. I've met so many people text me. As I said previously, I love it. If you're thinking about starting YouTube, do it. So one that I think you're all here for because of my scandals on Tinder. From the start of this video, as I told you, I just found out that somebody Snapchatted me that has a wife. Didn't even try hide it. He was literally Snapchatting me and was like, here, I'll text you when your wand's not here. And I was like, who, what? And he was like, oh, my wife, well, I'll Snapchat you when my wife's not here. And I was like, sorry. Hello, sorry, your wife. But yeah, so he hasn't replied. I mean, can you make this up? Last week a fella was Snapchatting me that asked me to make him wear fishnets. Everything, right, it starts off really well, everything's going really well, I'm getting along with them, Snapchatting them for like a day or whatever. And then the weirdness starts. So like literally I was Snapchatting him, he was like, do you have any fishnets? And I was like, no. And he was like, oh good, you can't force me to wear them. Sorry, I was never going to make you wear them anyway. So I would text him back and I was like, ha 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 Okay. And he was like, what was it he said? He kept talking about it, and I was like, how do I block this boy without being rude, right? So basically I said to him, I was like, I don't know if you think that turns me on or not, but it doesn't. And he was like, oh, I better take them off then. Yes, please do. So yeah, like that, they're literally just two of my Tinder stories in the last 2 weeks, lads. I can't even describe. Like, they're probably the weirdest things that's happened to me in a while, but like, I mean, does this happen to other people, or is it literally only me that this happens to? Because there's no way in how many people in the world and how many people are on Tinder that this weird stuff just happens to me. Like, it actually can't be. Speaking of weird stuff, I'm going to talk about a few first dates of mine because they're very funny and I think you'll enjoy them. So, really, I've never really gotten past the first date. I don't know why, right? It's probably just because I'm an annoying bastard. But basically, right, just going to talk about a few with you, starting with, as I said in my previous videos, my sister lives in London. And around the same time, actually, that my prison boyfriend started texting me for the first time, it was actually before that. I had a break between my sister going to South France and my friends coming over to stay with me for the week. And I had been on Tinder and I had been talking to this boy for like a week, say, or whatever. And he was like, oh, do you want to come on a date? So me, of course, was like, yeah, no bother, in the middle of London. My sister had gone at this stage, whatever, that I was going on a date in Camden. Now, Camden isn't too far from my sister's house, and I know it off by heart how to get there and how to get back because I literally love it. And so I was going to Camden to meet this boy. We were going to go to the cinema. Now, don't get me wrong, he was lovely. We got along really well and everything. But I didn't want to take my phone out because obviously I had been hopping off of Tinder and I didn't want him to see a load of different people texting me and like whatever, blah, 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 my phone being hopped off. And I didn't want to seem rude. So that was grand. We got food and I text my friends or whatever, text everybody. My sister and my friends knew that I was going on a date because obviously I was going to tell Colleen if, like, obviously she was in France, but it's her, I was there with her. So anyway, that was fine. We went for food and then we went to the cinema. And I didn't check my phone between going from getting food to the cinema, and I didn't check it until after the cinema. Anyway, we didn't vibe and I wanted to get away from him as quick as I could. And I was just like, I just want to go home, not go home, but like go home to my sister's house and just say, like, just see you later, right? So I took out my phone. No, I didn't. He walked me from the cinema. He wanted like to get drinks or whatever, and I was like, no, I need to go back or whatever. I need to go back to my sister's house, blah, 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 right? So he walked me to the bus. I had to get a bus and then get a tube to Colleen's house. So he walked me to the bus, and when I got onto the bus, I looked at my phone. Oh my God, the whole of Ireland was literally looking for me. I'm not joking. Yeah, my friend, my group chat was blowing up. My sister, who was in France, had rang my mother, had rang my ma to be like, Jade's after going on a date, she's dead, oh my God, she won't text back. Lads, you know things were bad when Leah, my friend Leah, does not ring anyone, won't answer the phone, won't do anything, and I had a missed call off of her. You know things, shit's going down when Leah rings you. So I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? And they were all like, Jade, what the fuck? And all blah, 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 Jade, blah, blah. I was like, lads, I was in the cinema. And my SIM card wasn't like working properly over there, so I literally had to try ring everyone and be like, I'm fine, I'm on the way home. I just didn't want to take out my phone and be rude. But yeah, no, the whole of the world thought I was after getting kidnapped. It's my own fault, like I should have texted them, but like I just didn't want to be rude. And yeah, like my sister rang me and she's like, you're not allowed to leave the house until the girls come. I mean, I'm 19. But anyway, yeah, so that was the first story. I never spoke to that boy again. Technically that was my fault, but I mean, do I have any other first? Oh yeah, speaking of the cinema, I walked to Dublin. I went up to Dublin one day to meet someone that I had been messaging for a good long time, and we went to the cinema. And we went to see it was like a superhero film, Venom. I think it was Venom, and I didn't realise that the cinema that we went to was 4D. I mean, so every time that like water came at the screen, you got wet, and like every time like you got moved around the chair and shit, I was dying. Like I was literally like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? And like literally I had popcorn and I spilled it all over myself. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Basically, I could not wait for that film to end, and he kept like, he thought he was like being cute by like stroking my hair, but I mean, say he was wigging the head off me. I was like, this is really uncomfortable. Like, can we leave? Then we left the cinema when it was over. We went and got like 3 drinks or whatever, and I was like, I feel so bad for this, lads. I genuinely do. But like, I had told him that the last bus home from Dublin before the latest one was like 6 o'clock or something, and there was like a bus every hour on the hour, and I feel terrible, but like, I mean, I just wasn't feeling it. So I'm starting to see a pattern here. This is why I can't get a boyfriend, like. But anyway, yeah, I got the bus home and I kind of spoke to him for a while after, but yeah, not much happened. And then another day, this is actually, well, yeah, I was talking to a chap for a good while, and he was like, oh, I'll come to Carlo, we can get a coffee. I was like, yeah, that sounds good or whatever. So the day before I was supposed to meet him, I was like, oh, I'm in work until like 4. I was going to meet me afterwards. And he was like, grand, where do you work? He's like, I'll pick you up. I was like, the Talbot Hotel. Or no, I was like, the Talbot. And he was like, oh, is that a hotel? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, sure, is there any rooms? I was like, I work in the hairdressers. Like, I don't know if there's any rooms. So he rang the hotel and he texted me. He's like, oh, I have a room booked there tonight. He's like, are you coming for a drink? So I met him for a drink. He got me or whatever, and I met him. We went for a drink in the Talbot, and we were sitting there anyway, right? And I'm not joking. I think this was like a Tuesday or something. So if you've been in the Talbot, we were in like the bar, and there was literally me and him and the man behind the bar, right? And I was like, oh my god, this is so fucking awkward. And he decided to sit literally right beside the bar. So like there's 2 tables here beside the bar, and he decided to sit there. So literally anytime we spoke, the barman was basically on our date with us. He was literally basically just sitting beside us talking to us. So your man, the lad I was on a date with, went up to get the drinks or whatever, and he was like talking away to him or whatever, and your man came over then I had ordered vodka and Ribena, but he had given the Ribena to someone or something. So he came back over with it, and he was like, oh, where are you from then? And your man was like, oh, I'm from Nace, but she's from Carlo. And he was looking at me, he's like, you're very familiar. He had asked me for ID, and I was like, okay, I see you every day, but okay. So I gave him my ID anyway, and then he came over and he was like, you look really familiar. And I was like, yeah. Yeah. And he was like, how would I know you? Like, do you know anyone? I was like, I actually work downstairs. I was like, I work in the salon. And he was like, oh, all right. That must be how I know you. I was like, yeah. I was like, please let the ground swallow me right now. So then, like, literally we spent about 3 hours in the bar, and like I'm not even joking when I tell you that barman came over every 10 minutes to ask us were we all right. Basically, I was actually going to ask him if he wanted to sit down and join us, like. But anyway, yeah, that was a little bit awkward. But yeah, no, me and him got along well. Just didn't work out. Got like a girlfriend a couple of days later. A couple of weeks later. Listen, lads, my brother's girlfriend sent me a thing the other day, basically saying that it was like a meme, and it was like, I'm like a foster girlfriend, so fellas meet me and stay at me until they find their forever home and their forever girlfriend. And if that isn't me, I don't know what is, because everybody that I've ever went on a date with or ended up doing anything with literally was single or whatever, didn't want anything, didn't want a relationship, didn't want that, and just wanted whatever, until 3 weeks later when me and him have stopped talking and he's in a relationship with somebody else. I mean, okay. Yeah, so that's all I have on my dates. That's right. I was going to talk a bit more about like my holidays and stuff, but like this video is too long already. But I did want to talk to you about this, right? Because it's actually probably the most interesting, funny thing that's ever happened to me. I'm not joking, right? So, as I said in previous videos, I went to Croatia 2 years ago. And we went for like, I think we went for like 10 days or something. Like the best time ever in Croatia, loved it. Would definitely go again, definitely recommend 110%. Like, so the day after, say we were drinking or whatever, we were hungover and there was like a really bad storm. And I wanted McDonald's. I was like, no, we're finding the McDonald's, I want one, right? So we went and found a McDonald's in the shopping centre that was like far enough out from where we were, and the storm hit then while we were still in McDonald's, and we couldn't get an Uber back to our apartment, so we had to travel most places by like Uber and stuff, and we couldn't get one back because every one of them kept cancelling. And I was like, oh my god, we were all so hungover. I was like, I want to die. I actually want to die. So that day then we didn't do anything when we got back to the apartment. And that night we were so I was sharing a room with Kelly, and Joe and Megan were in a different room, and I had left the bedroom because I was roasting. I was like, I can't stay in here with Kelly. So I went into the sitting room where the aircon was, and I was like, that's grand, I'll just stay in here. So I slept on the couch, and like then I was woken up, and I can't really remember this, but I remember just Kelly coming in and she was like, Jade, do you feel that? And I was like, what? Like, fuck off. And I rolled over and fell asleep again. And the next morning I went into the room to Kelly, and she was like, there was an earthquake last night. And I was like, what? And she was like, Jade, do you not remember the fucking earthquake last night? And I was like, what? I was like, there was no earthquake. And she was like, there fucking was. And she showed me on the thing and everything. And then the man who owned it, our like Airbnb, came up and he's like, oh, I just wanted to check on you after the earthquake last night. And I was like, someone tell me how I slept through a fucking earthquake. Like, what? I actually can't. And you wouldn't mind, we were staying on like the mountains, and I was like, the mountains, how did they not come down on top of us? Like, oh my god. Next day was lovely though. It was lovely outside. But I was like, only I would actually fucking sleep through an earthquake. Like, seriously, I'll probably never experience another one ever again. But Kelly like ran out to the balcony straight away, and I was just like, go away. I slept. Like, seriously, there's no need for me. And relating to hangovers and everything like that, someone asked me, how do you deal with the fear? And to be fair, I actually don't get the fear very often. But I would have had to do something like really bad to get the fear. So I don't have to deal with it too often. But how I deal with it is literally don't go on my phone until the day after my hangover, because fuck that. And if anyone brings it up, just be like, no, that didn't happen, no. And this is going to be the last question I'm going to talk about, but it's a little bit of an important one. So obviously, I spend a lot of my time on Instagram and YouTube being funny and etc. But it's obviously, I comes across that I have a lot of confidence. And to be fair, I would say that I do have a good bit of confidence. And I've always kind of in a weird way had confidence, but obviously I didn't have a lot of body confidence. I had a lot of confidence in my personality because I know I am funny, but like I don't always try to be, you know, that way. But confidence all over came to me when I actually just stopped caring about what people think. And I went to a course got to do with like hairdressing, but it relates to everyday life. And basically what he said to me was, confidence is, no one's confident. And that I know that goes against what I just said. But deep down, nobody is confident. We all second guess ourselves, and we all think about things that we've said or whatever, blah, blah, blah. You could be lying in bed, you could think about something that you said in 2008 and second guess yourself or whatever. But basically what he said was, confidence is like everybody, you act until you get it. If you act confident and if you act like everything, like you know everything, until you do know everything and until you get confident, like just pretend and you will get there. Like I know it's like, that seems like the stupidest thing in the world, but it wasn't until I actually started doing it myself that I was like, do you know what this fucking works like? And another question was, by my confidence on the salon floor and in hairdressing and in my work. If you do what you do for 110%, that is perfect to you. So like basically the same course that I went on said, like, basically if you don't have a clue what you're doing, don't ever let anyone know that. Like literally the floor, like your salon floor is your stage and you're an actor. Like you could go in there, you could be absolutely miserable, but you're not going to let your client know that, you know, that way. And obviously all of my clients now are going to be like, are you miserable today? But no, it's all down to your confidence as well. Like if you go in and you act confident, they're not going to doubt you. And like I know deep down how you feel, because the girl that asked me is a hairdresser as well. But I know deep down how you feel, because there's days that I literally I'm doing someone's hair and I'm like, I'm not happy with this. Like this isn't what I wanted it to look like in your head. Because as a hairdresser, you put something in your mind when somebody's talking to you and about what they want to do with their hair, etc. And you have this built in your mind, and if that picture, if like her hair doesn't look like that afterwards, you feel like, oh my god, that wasn't, I could have done so much better, blah blah blah. But like honestly, just have faith in yourself, because your work is insane. And yeah, the confidence thing will come to you. Honestly, just go in there with your head held high and act like you're confident, and I promise you it will get easier. But anyway, yeah, so that finishes up the video. I hope that answers all your questions. I hope you got a little bit of a laugh out of it. Still no word off of first date yet, but I will let you all know the minute that I do hear anything. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. And anyone who asks questions about life or like getting through shit, you can do it. I'm here to be your motivation. I know. But listen, if you ever have any questions about confidence or anything like that, positivity, don't be afraid to shoot me a message. I will get back to you. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked, make sure to like the video, subscribe. I'm coming for you all that aren't subscribed to me. I don't actually know. I can't see who's subscribed to me. So, but yeah, I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.